Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by on my space today. So in today's tutorial guys, I'll be sharing with you guys how to sew this beautiful standing 6-piece blouse with puff sleeves or balloon sleeves, which is here right here. So this is the second part of this tutorial. I already uploaded the first part on my channel already, so do go watch that one out in order for you to get the exact explanation which I'll give right here. So here is the drafting part of this tutorial, so I'd advise you go and watch this so you don't get confused in any way. So right here you see that I drafted all my basic bodies and also cut out on my Ankara fabric. Like I said in the previous video, I made use of 3 yards of Ankara fabric in the making of this 6-piece blouse. So in this tutorial guys, I'll be sharing with you all how to join and assemble all of these drafted pieces. So guys, the next thing I went ahead to do is to cut out my hairstay and iron it to this my already drafted blouse. So here I have is my peplum stay, which I'm going to iron to this my blouse as well. So guys, now I am going to place this my already cut out fabric on my table this way, and I'll get my peplum stay and I'm going to make sure I place the shiny part of this my peplum stay on this my blouse, just like this. So you know there is a shiny part on your peplum stay. That is a part that gums or stick to your fabric. So that's the part I faced on top of this my fabric, right? So the next thing I did is from the waist, which is that curved part where my extension stopped, I went ahead to go up by 1 inch and also iron my peplum stay on it. I hope you understand the explanation I'm giving right here. But in order not to get confused, you can use a measuring tape and take your half length measurement. Okay, so from your half length to go up by 1 inch or half of an inch. Okay, so that's simply all I did right here, and you go ahead and iron this flat. So if you want yours very thick, I mean very thick and standing, you can iron this peplum stay twice. You can iron it twice. Like for me, I just did once. Okay, so you can see as I cut out, you can go ahead and place the peplum stay again on your fabric and cut out and iron out twice, sorry, like double padding. Okay, but I went ahead to do mine just once. So I've got ahead to iron and I'm done ironing, and I've cut out this, all of this, and you can see how nice and neat this is already looking. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join all of this cut out fabric together. So all I'm going to do right here is to bring my side front and place it side front face, right sides facing each other, sorry, and I'm going to pin just like this. So after joining my side front and my center front at one side, I'll go ahead to also join the other part of my side front to my center front. So do ensure that it corresponds at the extension area. So the next I'm going to do now is to mark half of an inch, which I added while cutting out on my fabric. That was why I advise you go watch out the first tutorial so you don't get confused with the explanations which I'm giving right here. So I went ahead to mark this half of an inch, which I gave for my joining allowance. So after marking this half of an inch, I'm just going to go ahead now to stitch or to sew exactly on the half of an inch which I marked from the length of my blouse up to the armhole area. So that's for the front, and this is for the back as well. So after joining, you can see what I have. So the remaining half inch which came out at the armhole area as a result of the 1 inch extension we gave while drafting, that is what I went ahead to cut out for it to blend properly with the armhole. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so the next is to join the front and the back dress together, blouse together, if I'm not mistaken. So the first thing you will do is to join the shoulder together I didn't record it, but it was a mistake. So join the shoulder together, then you get your front dress and your back dress, and also join it at the sides using your pin first, because that's what I did. And also don't forget to iron open your half of an inch which you just joined. As you can see, mine, I ironed this open. So what I went ahead to do is, from the shoulder I measured 17 inches, which is my half length. I marked it right there to ensure that my shaping is going to stop exactly on my half length of 17 inches. So that is what I did right there. I got my half length of 17 inches, I marked it, and my sewing allowance is going to stop exactly on the half length. Okay, so my sewing allowance I gave right here is 1.5 inches. So immediately I get to my half length, I'm going to mark half inch downward up to my blouse length. So you can see what I did right here. So I'll go ahead and join these two sides and show you what I have. So after joining, this is what I have. So I did the same thing I did on this my fabric. I did it exactly the same thing, no difference for my lining piece. Okay, so the only difference is I didn't iron my hairstay to my lining piece. Okay, so the next I'm going to do is to make sure I place my lining and my fabric right sides facing each other. So I'll start by joining it at the shoulder area. So after joining the shoulder area, I'll go ahead to also pin. I pinned first before joining. Okay, so I pinned my neckline, I pinned my shoulder, I made sure I pinned all the shoulder, the zipper area, and the hem of this my blouse, or the base of this my blouse. So I'm going to do a total turn up for this blouse actually. So this is the reason why I'm doing all of this. So I carefully brought out my time, I calmed down and made sure I pinned the whole of this place. And after pinning, I'm just going to stitch all around it, as you can see right here, leaving only the armhole open, because I'll be turning this out from the armhole. So you can see what I have right here. I went ahead to to stitch all of these parts, leaving only my armhole, which I am going to turn this from, as I'm doing right here. I hope this is not confusing, guys. So I'm just going to bring this all out and make sure that I bring out all the folded edges. Okay, so you can use your scissors or anything you think that will be okay. So if you should look properly at the hem or at the base of your blouse, you will realize that your lining piece is popping out. All you are simply going to do right here is to fold it in, just as you can see me doing right here, and iron. It will automatically go inside. You don't need to get worried about that. So that is all for that, and I'll go ahead now to draft for the sleeve. So for this sleeve, I went ahead to cut out a piece, and it is 36 inches long and 13 inches 36 inches wide and 13 inches long. So I folded this piece into two, because I'm going to use the same fabric as my lining piece and also as my main fabric. So I didn't have to go through the stress of cutting out a lining. I just cut out 36 inches wide, which is 1 yard, and 13 inches long. So I'm going to stitch all of these parts and leave 5 inches open where I'm going to turn out from. And after doing that, this is what I have. So I went ahead to fold this piece into two and got the middle and notched as well. So I'll open it back, and right here now I'm going to create a channel, because I'm going to fix an elastic to this my sleeve. So the hemming allowance I left for this is 1 inch. So I'm just simply going to fold in 1 inch like this, and I'm going to run a stitch at the very tip of this my dress, of this my fabric, sorry. So you can see that I've done that, and I have this channel which my elastic can pass through. So I went ahead to get my safety pin. I pinned it with my elastic, and I am passing it through the channel which I created. So after I must have gotten to the end, I went ahead to use a pin to secure the two ends, and I went ahead to continue stretching this to make sure that it is not too tight or strong. So you can see what I keep doing here. I keep stretching it. I fixed it. I had to put my hand through to ensure that this doesn't tight on my client. Okay, so just carefully do this and don't make this too tight, neither should it be too loose. So I'm going to double stitch to secure this elastic, and when I'm done, I went ahead to stitch or join this using 1/2 inch, as you can see right here. So the next, I'm going to attach this sleeve to my blouse. So here is one part of the sleeve which I've already fixed, so I'm going to go ahead now to fix for the other sleeve. So I'm going to get this sleeve which I've already joined using 1/2 inch, and I'll get the part where I joined. I will open it, and I'm going to do this right sides facing each other. Remember that this part that I opened on my sleeve is acting as the lining. Okay, so I'm going to place it right sides facing each other. I'll open it up and pin my armhole to this 1/2 inch and bring the notched part on my sleeve, and also pin it exactly on the joining of my shoulder. That's the joining for the front and the back blouse. Okay, so you can see that I joined it there and went ahead to pin. So the next, I'm going to take this over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to make sure that I pleat this all around my armhole. So watch carefully what I'm doing right here. I went ahead to flip this over to the wrong side, and I'm just simply going to go ahead now to pleat this my sleeve on my armhole. So guys, just please watch carefully, even if my explanation is not really too clear or understandable, but you can understand everything I'm doing right here on this video. So I went ahead to make sure that I stitch this open by opening that 1/2 inch, as you can see, which I stitched. So I'll go ahead and pleat this, but I'm going to count this so the two pleating corresponds at the both sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to pleat by half of an inch 6 times. So here is 1. Okay, I can see I pleated another one, making it 2. So just I'm arranging this very well. Just take your time and do this and achieve what you want. Okay guys, so I'll pleat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I get to the middle of the shoulder, I'll start pleating for the other side of the armhole. I hope you understand exactly the explanation which I'm giving right here, guys. So after pleating, trust me, you're going to have a very neat, when I mean a very neat, I mean a very neat finishing by the end of the day. So just take your time and do this, and you will not regret the outcome and all the time spent while doing that. So after that, now you can see what I have. It aligns very well with my armhole area. So the next I'm going to do is to fix a zipper to this my blouse. So to fix this zipper, we are going to start from the base of my blouse. You can see that I started by marking 1/2 inch. So the end of my zip, I'm just going to place it right there, and you can see how I placed this and not the head of the sleeve. That's of the zip. I placed the ends of my zip on the base of this my blouse, but I marked 1/2 inch upward. So this is exactly how you should also do yours as well. So I went ahead to pin all of this up to the top area of my blouse before I went ahead to also bring the other side of my blouse together, as you can see, and I'll also pin this up to the top part of my blouse. So you can see that all of this aligns. So that's why I don't joke with pinning, because pinning is going to help you achieve a very neat and easy work. Okay, so after pinning this, I'll simply go ahead and stitch the zipper to my blouse. So please ignore the red zip and the black lining and also the black thread which I'm going to use on this. But trust me, it wasn't really visible, because while sewing my zip to my blouse, I make sure that I sew it very close to the part that locks. Okay, so there is nothing to worry about here. But if you know you are not good at that, I advise you to use a matching colored zip as your lining. So you can see that I've stitched this. I'll go ahead and stitch the other part. So after stitching these two parts, you can see how neatly sewn this zip is right here. So you can see that the top area, I have this so much excesses that is long. So all I'm simply going to do now is to cut it out. So to cut this out, I'll start by bringing down this zip or unzipping it a bit, and I'll go ahead now and get my scissors. I'm going to cut this so it's going to be equal by holding it this way, and after that I'll proceed to unzipping this blouse the more, and I'm going to flip my zip to the back of my blouse and also turn it again to face the camera. So just watch carefully and you can see. And the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to stitch, double stitch, actually just a tiny double stitch. You don't have to stitch it to be long or too noticeable. Just, you can see what I did right here. So at the end of the day, I have a neat finishing at my zipper area. So I'll repeat the same thing for the other side of the zipper area, and after doing that, you can see the beautiful outcome. Very neat. When I mean neat, I'm always conscious of a neat work. So guys, that is all for it, and here it is on my mannequin, looking all nice, perfect and neat. So guys, if this is really something that you benefited from, I urge you to please subscribe, like, share and comment as well. Thank you all so much for always coming here to my space. I appreciate. And to all my subscribers, God really bless you all a whole lot. And if you're here to subscribe, I don't really know why you are waiting to join this family. Thank you. See you some other time. Bye.